I'm meteorologist in our city. It is Thursday, October 3rd, and well, for some of you, summer has been cut down, and some of you, yet summer is going to be cut down. All right, cold front and warm front combination wiggling through the Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic states, back to cold front through the plains and Mississippi Valley, and eventually this is all going to collapse southbound over the next day or so, and that's going to put an end to the heat. Meanwhile, low pressure over Chicago produced a lot of heavy rain yesterday and last night. It's going to track eastward, bring rain and thunderstorms east, and also some snow for portions of Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, especially over the high country. We'll talk about that there in a second. And then that's going to go away, and then we get into this kind of odd stormy weather pattern coming up down the road. Okay. Let's see here. Here's the satellite picture this morning. Oh, no, that's not what I do. I want to clear that out. There you go. And a couple things I want to point out. You can see our wave of low pressure organizing out here along the front, and then it kind of squiggles back down. The cold front has gone through the Mid-Atlantic states, kind of wiggles back into the high valleys we showed you on the surface map this morning. And then the radar shows you a lot of ground clutter down to the south, but rain here, and then rain across Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, and into parts of Pennsylvania. Risk of severe weather today, a little risk out here across western PA, but just some blotchy stuff over the next couple of days. Tropical wise, things have calmed down. Lorenzo is way out there heading up into the North Atlantic if they're bringing the Azores, some pretty good wave action. We're still kind of watching this area. I still think there's some tropical thing that's going to get itself together down there and eventually come northward as once we get past this one cold front, the next storm is the one we got to watch for some kind of tropical influence. Again, we've been talking about that now for about two weeks. So I don't think we're done. I know the models keep popping up and down with tropical features, but you know, they're having a hard time trying to understand with this negative NEO and the PNA pattern swinging wildly around right now. They're just trying to figure out what's going to happen. But the big story, first of all, is going to be the snow that's going to come across portions of the Northeast today. And sorry, blanked it out. The surface map off the GFS model, you can see low pressure by tomorrow morning is going to be located just off Boston. You can see a little bit of snow up in here. In fact, I got a map here. Where is it? Here it is. This is the NAM snow. And you can see the high country. Not a lot, you know, but even all the way down toward the Catskills and all the way up and through here, some snowflakes show up. So enough cold air is coming down to give us some October snow. And so it's going to be exciting. You know, the Twitter feeds are going to light up with people showing pictures of snow over the high country of Vermont, New Hampshire, the Adirondacks, maybe down the Catskills. And I won't be surprised if some flakes even get down in the Pocono Mountains through this thing. I did have, was this the one I wanted to show today? No, that was yesterday's. But I did have, you know, it's one of those days where, you know, you had something on the show and I don't know what happened to it. I just lost it. Anyway, what I wanted to show you was a little close-up shot of the HRR and AM model, both kind of showing the snow up here with the GFS. And again, it's not a lot of snow, but it's just, you know, part of the pattern. You know, remember a week and a half ago, nobody was talking about snow, you know? And I was only out there going, hey, might be snow coming. And everybody's talking about the heat and how hot it was going to be. Yeah, yesterday was a hot day, but it was a one-day affair. The snow's a one-day affair, you know? And that's what I mean by the extremes. You know, you have these warmth and then the cold, and then we get some snowflakes, and it's going to warm back up again. It's going to go all kinds of crazy weather over the next couple of days. All right, after that, let's see here. What did I do with my maps? Man, I'll tell you one thing. I did not wake up this morning. All right, Saturday evening, high pressure over the eastern part of the country, pretty nice weather. We still got a lot of tropical messes down here. Another storm system's coming through the the northern plains, cold front stretching out with showers and thunderstorms along it. And eventually that's going to come into the eastern part of the country Sunday and Monday. And then here's that tropical feature down here off just north of the Bahamas. And some of the models, some of the models were trying to bring this thing in as this was coming in and getting a storm going. And they just really haven't had a chance, really they don't know how to resolve this yet. Now, I won't be surprised if we end up with a storm here on Monday into Tuesday and a lot more rain going on as this trough comes in and kind of cuts itself off, and this tropical feature gets itself mixed in here, and we get a little extra rain and gales and everything else, and some people pick up some pretty good rains out of it. But eventually that is going to go away, and then this is where things get kind of crazy in the longer range. Another cold front's coming across. A pretty good shot of cold air is coming. Certainly some frost and freezes up through the northern plain states. But this one here is again kind of odd because it has a lot of showers and thunderstorms on it. And the original GFS model kind of brought some tropical thing up along this front and brings into a pretty good storm into the eastern part of the country. And the European was kind of showing the same thing. And they both are bouncing around on this whole scenario because the blocking pattern is so negative and so strong that they're saying we should have a storm here. We need to get a storm here. But they can't resolve all the other stuff that's going on. So it's been very, very hard for the models to really try to resolve this extreme patterns in here. So again, I won't be surprised by early next week of a storm, and then later next week toward the following weekend, maybe toward the 17th or so, there's another storm that we have to deal with as well. So that's what I think, and I guess won't even be surprised if we do get a storm here that even some snowflakes show up again. All right, this is just crazy weather pattern. All right, that's it for now. Meteorologist, Hamburg City.